Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to this channel. It's been a while since we spoke, and thank you so much for your continued support. The channel has now grown to over 300. So those are strides, and I intend to keep track of them, and I'm happy about them, that the discussions we have are making a difference. But welcome back to this channel. My name is Gishuri Rungu. In here we discuss about financial things. Basically, we talk about self-development, economics in terms of countries, and finances, and how we can be able to predict what's about to happen to us due to the circumstances that are happening around the country, and everything that is going around. So we discuss everything financial and anything self-development. So karibuni sana. Now, today, as many of us or some of us may know, the CBK, or what we call the Central Bank of Kenya Amendment Act 2023, is sitting with the Parliament, and I think they are supposed to discuss it. But I came across some interesting things that are inside that bill that I thought probably, if you are a person who is interested in dealing with foreign currency, it is important for you to know. So that if the bill passes without amendment, then this, what I'm about to highlight, may be something you may want to know. But if the bill passes with amendment, then we will await and see what the new bill will look like. But let me highlight that this bill proposes some significant changes in how CBK regulates foreign currency accounts and foreign exchange market in Kenya. Of course, this is born out of the period that we have gone through, where the dollar has made things, the strengthening of the dollar has made things worse. It has made the Kenya shilling to be very weak, and therefore I think CBK just thought that they need to have a bit more strength or more power in terms of controlling how this particular currency operates in Kenya. So let's break down some points here. Let me help us break down some points on this bill. Number one, it is now mandatory, it will be mandatory if the bill passes, for banks to report all dollar transactions to CBK. The aim of this is to enhance transparency in foreign currency dealings. So that's number one, and it's critical because previously the banks were only required to report deals that were equivalent of $10,000 and above. That's about 1 million shillings and above. But now all transactions that are dollar related will have to be, if the bill passes, that is, they will have to be reported to CBK. What is the aim? What does CBK want to, in my own view, the CBK is trying to enhance, to make sure they are aware of each and every dollar that is entering the country or leaving the country, which is, I don't think it's a bad thing. I think it's a good thing for them to be able to regulate how it happens, because you see, the Kenya shilling have been on a free fall against the dollar, and I guess, I am not sure, but I think could be Labda CBK, they didn't have full view of how much dollar or how much dollar the people are holding. So they didn't have that view. So that's the thing, that the reason why they want to be sure of how much dollars are in the country. Okay. Number two, they want to be enabled to freeze or close accounts. They want to have the authority to order that if they suspect that that particular account, the dollar account, is being used for financial crime, like anti-money laundering, any other, you can think about foreign exchange manipulations, anything you can think about finance in terms of crime that would involve the dollar. They want to be able that if they think that somebody is also trying to evade tax, then they can actually order that the account be closed or the account be frozen for some time. So they're seeking powers to be able to do that. Number 3, they also want banks to get approvals before opening a dollar account to their customers. It's also tied to the previous point. It's just to try and ensure that these accounts are not used for fraudulent activities. So I am not so sure where this stems from, but probably in future they will tell us. But that is what they are looking to do. And the other point on this bill is it seeks to set limits on the amount of money that can be transferred into or out of a dollar account. And this is aimed at promoting financial stability and control. Well, I kind of understand where they're coming from, because that simply means they are able to control how the Kenya shilling behaves. Either it becomes weaker or stronger depending on the dollars that are in the country. So that is something that we are yet to know how it is going to affect, but just some stringent measures to make sure that financial crime is taken care of. The other thing is that the CBK wants to be able to maintain. They want the banks, the commercial banks, to be able to maintain a minimum reserve requirement for dollar accounts. So simply to add an extra layer of security to these accounts. So they really are seeking to make sure that there's control of the dollar and the availability of the dollar in the country. And therefore we do not have to experience what we have experienced in shortage of dollars again. So that is some of the things that they are looking at. So what this bill will do is to give CBK more authority to regulate the foreign exchange market. This including the setting of limits on the amount of foreign currency that can be exchanged, and requiring foreign exchange dealers to get a license to prevent fraud and manipulation, because that has happened before. In fact, this year, I think there has been, let me adjust this light. I think there has been some time where the dollar was manipulated one or the other. So now let's try and understand the reasoning behind this, just as an emphasis. Okay, one is to combat money laundering. I spoke about that, and terrorism financing. Number 2, that is a bit, direct. Number 2 is to protect the Kenya shilling from volatility, and that is the greatest reason why this bill is critical, to protect the Kenya shilling from volatility. Number 3 is to promote financial stability. So it's seeking to make sure that there is financial stability in this country in terms of the dollars and the Kenya shilling and how they behave. So it's something that you just need to be, or rather the CBK needs to be aware of and on top of its game. But what I would be wary about is giving over CBK too much power until the moment where, they stifle the commercial banks to operating and doing business in Kenya becomes hard. So I hope the proponent of this bill will also take into consideration such factors so that they do not become too stringent until people are not able to do business with this country. Anyway, the bill is still in its early stages. I am thinking that the lawmakers will do a good job in making sure that we don't get a bad deal, on the deal and to make sure on the bill rather, and to make sure that Kenyans are really protected. I really need to take to adjust this lighting. Just a minute, guys. That Kenyans are protected. Now, having said that, it is important if we, as Kenyans, to keep tabs of what is happening with the CBK, because it is through this that we'll be able, it's through such kind of policies that either the Kenya shilling will do better or the buying power continues to go down. But knowledge is power, as I always say. Please, if you think it is something that we should keep close tabs with, so that we know what exactly is happening and what policies that are being put across by CBK to help us, please subscribe to this channel and share this and like this video, and we'll keep tabs with what is happening and see what this will result into. Otherwise, thank you so much. That was my time. My name is Gishuri Irungu. Forgive my lighting, it's in the evening and I'm headed home. I hope that this information is something that will be of interest to you. Bye and see you later.